So I remember very well during the New Year's of 2007, a a player for the Denver Broncos, Darren Williams or something, he was shot in a club. And it was scary to hear that because Philadelphia had a murder rate I looked up the other day of over 400 people. So going into 2007, I know you probably watched this channel. You understood that I had a 12th birthday coming that year. I was going to turn 12, and I was getting older, like I said. So with being black, let me just explain this. I'm I'm becoming no one has ever called me names like regarding my skin around this time, but I'm understanding that I'm black because when you're 5 and 6, just let me just explain this. Everybody comes from I don't know what the demographics racially are on this channel, but when you're black, you have a distinctive nose, lips, hair, skin, etc. I don't remember being really dark when I was younger. I don't remember my nose being big, my lips being big, my hair being a big deal. So this is why kids tend not to really be like the the center of insults when it comes to race if you're black, because those features that I just named aren't really like, they're not a big deal, because kids don't have really big lips, they don't have really big noses, they don't have features that they mock with black people in other cultures. Like in China, in Asia, they mock black people's appearance a lot. Black faces is a thing in like China and in Korea. But I remember during Christmas break of 2006, I was watching for the first time Forrest Gump, because wrestling was usually my ritual to watch on Monday. Wrestling was officially beginning to suck. I wasn't watching it like that because, like I told you, we was going from the mom's house to the dad's house, and we were going back and forth. So I can't really say where I was this month or that month, but it was one time my dad was going away for something, and we had to stay at my mom's house during the summertime for the whole week. But we made sure we had enough food in there. Because I remember one time, it was a bee that was like on my leg, and I literally stripped down naked in my mom's room because it was so scary, because there was nobody around to help us get that bee. But I was just thinking all the time, if dad was here, he probably could have helped us out. But 2007, Nickelodeon is beginning to suck. I'm not really into SpongeBob anymore. It's not really my favorite show. Drake and Josh, Zoe 101 are my favorite shows. Nasty Classified, School Survival Guide, I forgot to put that in my favorite shows, but these shows are beginning to end that year. Like I said, I'm transitioning. So that show Yo Mama was like my favorite show too, but it wasn't really playing like that. It was playing a lot in 2006, but it wasn't playing on Comcast on demand, so I had to wait until it played on MTV. I always would search on, because we had DirecTV at the time, so I would search and see whenever it was playing, and that's when I would make sure I would put it on like the alerts bell, because the third season, the one in Atlanta, I didn't really find it funny. So with DirecTV, this introduces me to watching movies that I felt like they were mostly PG-13, PG movies. I wasn't watching rated R movies, and I wasn't watching anything like adult related, like porn. I wasn't exposed to that at all. So that girl that liked me, that I called my girlfriend, her fraternal twin brother came over one time, and he told me to type in the computer, type in XXX, and a picture of a girl, like exposing a private area came up, and that kind of like put like it didn't. I don't say that it traumatized me, but looking at that as a kid is a little terrifying. But I didn't want to look at it again, and because obviously you can't process something like that at 12 and 11. But if you don't know the story, so my birthday is coming up, and one day this kid Jameer in my class, I don't know what happened, but we both got sent down to the office. He got me in trouble, and I was hoping to have a weekend dedicated to having fun. My birthday's on Monday. We're going to just celebrate my birthday the whole weekend. I get sent down the office. I hide my pink slip, put it in my pants pocket. I used to take my pants off and put on shorts, because I used to walk around the house with underwear on. It wasn't no big deal. But I put in my pants. I left him downstairs in the laundry room. My dad found the pink slip. He went off on me. Now, he didn't put hands on me, but he canceled everything. My party, going out, everything was basically canceled. We were probably going to go to Dave & Buster's, or I remember he said Dave & Buster's. I was going to just have fun. I just know I was going to have fun. Everything was canceled. We didn't do nothing that weekend. My mom was mad at me, and I got a cake on Monday, but it really wasn't really the same. I wasn't happy at all because I didn't do nothing. So that is the beginning of my depression. My depression is it's starting to like be part of me, my personality. Every time I come like home, because with my pictures, I have an account on Flickr that shows my pictures from age 7 to about 17, and everything before my parents' divorce, I smiled in those pictures. I was happy. But everything after that, I'm not smiling. I'm not happy. Even with the autism, where I can't really take pictures, I'm not comfortable taking pictures. I'm not smiling in none of my pictures after 2002. So my depression is very clear. I also get jumped around this time. I don't know if it was 2006 to 2007, but I was jumped on my way to the barbershop. These kids were sort of playing around. They gave me all my stuff back, but they jumped me in North Philly. I got a video talking about that. What's crazy though is we were going to war with this school called Boone. It was like a reform school, like a alternative school. They were like basically kicking our butts after school was let out. This is some of my like school life. The girl who liked me and I called her my girlfriend, she broke up with me, but I didn't feel no way about it because I didn't do nothing with her. I never kissed her. I never hugged her. To be honest, I wanted a girl. I said this before. I wanted a girl like the ones I saw on TV. I wanted Jamie Lynn Spears. I wanted Emma Roberts. I wanted any girl who was on TV that I found attractive. See, it's not that I didn't like black girls. It was just that I wanted a girl with long blonde hair. I wanted a girl who looked like somebody on TV that I watched. That was my crush. That's what I found attractive. I didn't really find like the girls that like me attractive at the time. You know, she broke up with me. She was never mean to me, but I was kind of classified as like the weird kid in class. So, but that whole year, I didn't get into one fight at all. And that was mainly in part of my fear of my dad yelling at me, you know, because I got in trouble. Because this time I told you, fighting and getting suspended for it. Fighting was classified, you would get suspended for it. So I was doing my best to not get in trouble. I also, cartoons were like not really like the thing anymore, because they were just coming up with all these Oingo Boingo shows like Wayside. There was a show called Wayside. It was a show, Mr. Meaty, that I initially watched when it first came out. They had like a little they had like a episode, like a pilot episode I watched, but I didn't watch the show after it appeared on Nickelodeon. Then there was a show called Naked Brothers Band. That's another one. So the girl Rosalita on the show, I had a crush on her. It's just that I did not really find the girls that like me attractive, but the girls on TV I like a lot. Like, let me just try to think of a black girl I may have liked on TV, just so you don't think I just lust after white women. I liked, because it's just the only thing. Everything with black girls in my school, a lot of them were mean and nasty, and they had bad attitudes. So that's probably what like scared me away from trying to get to know them or trying to like them. And I always felt like girls that were older, they were nicer to younger like students. So that's probably also too, that's probably why I like girls in my brother's class, because I thought they wouldn't be mean to me. But like this girl named Alize that was in my brother's class, I had a little crush on her. I told people that was my girlfriend. I know you probably wondering, why would they name the child after alcohol? I don't know. But I like the girl Jasmine in my class, but she didn't like me. I even said I liked her. She didn't like me. See, the girls that were in my class, that I like, I really didn't want to tell them that I liked them. But what I really wanted deep down was, like I said, were the girls that I saw on TV. You know, I like the like, what's another one? Like, because like I told you, I had an obsession with Zoe. Just not the third season, because she did something different with her hair this time. She just looked a little bit older. But I loved her the second season, the first and second season. And I don't think it was anybody else. I didn't like Quinn. I didn't like Nicole. I may have liked Dana a little bit. She's a little sassy. And I didn't like Lola, but I loved Jamie Lynn Spears. And I loved Emma Roberts, in spite of not liking her show. And let me tell you another thing too. Like I told you, sexuality with young kids is very it's like you can't act on it, but you have to let children explore their sexuality themselves. As in, don't educate them on sex. Let them find out what it's like to feel attraction to a girl or whatever they do. Let them find that stuff out. Because when you do that yourself, when you expose them to porn, or like you do something to them, it messes with their mind. So this episode of Unfabulous was the only episode that I watched, and let me tell you why. So this episode where I was trying to find it on the computer, because when it was episodes that got me, I would just say excited, I would try to watch them alone. There was an episode where Addie on Unfabulous, she was sneaking out to hang out with her friend, and her dress like ripped, and it was showing her underwear. And like I said, at 10 and 11, I'm looking at this and I don't know why does it make me feel excited, but I'm loving just the sensation of watching it. And like I said, I don't understand it, but that's how I discover, like I said, my attraction for the opposite sex, through just TV, but not in a perverted way. Like, there were just instances where it would come up, like that poster board of Denise Richards on that movie Undercover Brother. I will look at the picture, I would see it a lot, and I would just be like, why does this make me so excited? I don't understand it at all. But the summertime of that year, let me just throw this story in here because I got so many videos on this channel. It look like I only have 9 minutes to do this video. So my birthday was taken away from me. I'm not like a bad student, but I'm really average. I'm barely understanding the work I'm doing, but I'm doing enough to pass. I'm not really getting bullied. And understand too, they are integrating sexes in the 6th grade. So it was once just all boys, 3rd through 5th grade. Now it's boys and girls. So I have to remember to put deodorant on in class. There was a couple times when I didn't put deodorant on. And this is during the battle rap era in Philly. But I want to tell you this, and this is just this is why I want to talk about it. So I told you that there were times when my dad was putting hands on me, berating me in front of his girl. I remember when I talked back to him one time, I don't know if we were getting ice cream, but one time he smacked me across my face. Like I wasn't aware that he was behind me, but he hit me when I talked back to him. And I told you, it's very emasculating when it happens as a young boy. But our ghetto ass neighbors decided to try to blow their house up and probably get insurance from the house. From what I found out, because they moved out of here a long time ago. This story ain't about them, so I'm just going to reveal this. They stopped making payments on the house around 2016. But in Philadelphia, like I said, to rent a house, I don't know if they were renting the house. I don't know what happened, but they walked away from the house 2016. They tried to blow their house up, and it failed. And it was nothing but smoke, disseminating through the whole block. Our house and the Africans that lived across from them got it the worst. Our house was just saturated with smoke, and it was a bad smell because the girlfriend had asthma. So we run out the house. Thank God the house didn't blow up. But the house is just smell. The house isn't damaged. It just smells like smoke everywhere. It's not a big deal to me, but she has asthma, and I don't want to hear her bitching about the smell of the house. So we hire this cleaning crew to, make sure that the house is clean and the smell is gone. They literally work like cleaning the whole house, right? They work cleaning the whole house. And one day my dad and the girlfriend were getting into an argument. And they got into a big fight where the daughter went off. Like, she went off on my dad, went off on me. The girlfriend went off on me. She was just bitching about the things she did around the house and all this stuff. And she was yelling at me, yelling at my dad. We were all fighting. And I was on my dad's side because I wanted them out the house. I didn't want them to live with me no more. So I'm just like on his side because I'm thinking maybe like if we come together, father and son, we can get them out of here. And she just started cursing. Like, she said, I'm getting the fuck out of here. I don't want to live here no more. Fuck y'all. I'm getting the fuck out of here. And she was trying to call her dad, and then they threw the phone down. They started crying. And she just got them. And the next door neighbors, it was a next door neighbor named Mr. Rick, and his wife heard it. And I just was looking through the window, and they were like, what's going on? So they called the cops, and they eventually they got her out of here. Like, they were getting both of them out of here. Like, they were getting all their stuff. They didn't have a car or anything to like live in or get their stuff out of here, but they were getting out of here. They were packing their stuff up after that fight. She went off on me, she went off on my dad, and I was so happy they were going. My mom even called me to see if I was okay. I said, I'm fine. I'm just glad they're finally leaving after almost 3.5 years. They're almost out of here. So, like I said, my dad, they were just leaving. She was going, they were going that whole day, that whole night after that happened, they were out of here. But the next morning, she fucking apologizes and she's telling me she was sorry what she did. She went off on me. And the whole thing was, because they were going for like a day, but she apologized the next day. They didn't have nowhere to fucking go. That's just what it was. They meant everything they said, and as an adult, I know they meant everything they said. Because I don't, like I said, I don't really care for neither one of them. My dad too. I don't care for none of them. Fuck them all. But they had nowhere to go. They couldn't. That's why she was with my dad, because he had a house. You know, I don't know if it's paid off. It's definitely paid off at this point. After 25 years, it's definitely paid off. But she apologized to me because my brother he didn't get none of that smoke, but he called the cops. He was the one. I remember he called the cops because I was like, who called the police? And then my brother called 911. So that's when the cops came. And even though it was, like I said, they were married, so I'm glad they never got married. But he called the cops and they had to get out of there. But she apologized and she was right back in the house, you know. So the girl stayed with her father for the rest of the summer. But I for that one moment, we were like kind of like old times again. Like we were sort of like father and son again. I was happy to at least live in a house where I felt comfortable, but that was really short-lived. For that one day in my dad's house, I actually felt comfortable for once. I felt comfortable. And they came back, you know. My stories are really scrambled, but I'm gonna next story, because I gotta delete some of these videos. I'm gonna tell you about the time that my brother came over and it was a big fight with him, because there was a lot of fights that year. But I'm gonna tell you some more stories. But they were not like, I don't know what month that happened in, but when my neighbors tried to blow their house up and we had to get the house clean. And by the way, those movers of these two white guys that were cleaning on our house, they stole some money that my brother had in a jar. We called the company and they fired those people. They fired both of them. But all this happened while they were in the house cleaning our house. It was a big fight, and she made it. And I thought he was gonna get rid of them, but he didn't get rid of them. They came right back. Like the girl came back after the summertime. She apologized, but he brought her right back. And let me just tell you this: everybody dates somebody for a reason. Friends are in people's lives for certain reasons, whether it be y'all have something in common. I believe that girlfriends are and wives for men, just speaking of for the male mind, because men don't care about women's feelings. Women's objective of being in a man's life is for the sex at its convenience, companionship, and you know, bringing on a next generation, as in carrying, like, you know, someone like a man's child to live on, to bring on the name, like to keep the name, like having the name persist, keep the Johnson name or the Jackson's name to persist, the Ponders name to consist. That's the point of having a wife and a girlfriend, so you can have you know, companionship, sex, and have children. But I'm gonna I know that sounds pretty fucked up and sexist, but I'm just going based off the male's mind. But not mine, but just the average male, the male's mind. But I'm gonna part to this later.